Hey everyone, welcome back. So I'm Nancy Wallace Lobbs, and I have been talking about the new company that my daughter and I launched called Ignite the Wealth. My daughter's name is Kelsey Leka. She is a social media strategist. She has been a business manager over sales, and I used to be a consultant back in the day before I started real estate. So we decided to take our skill sets and combine them, and we're offering a whole lot of stuff, but I want to break it down into bite-sized pieces so you can understand kind of where we're coming from. So real estate investing is my first passion. I love it. But as I've done it over these years and met different entrepreneurs, what I realize is when you run your real estate business as a business, then you have all of those things that anybody who's doing a startup shop, they want to be a business consultant. So whoever is listening and needs to hear about business planning, I've got a little something for you today. So one, I want to let you know ahead of time that there is a freebie here with this video. It's our roadmap, basically an audit of your business, especially if you're new and you're just starting out, or you're struggling over the last couple of years. And it's just an assessment tool that you can use to see where you're at. Have you defined your audience? Do you have a marketing budget? It just kind of is nice to have a visual. It's one page. It's actually a roadmap to kind of show you or point out areas where, you may be overperforming or underperforming. So we wanted to give that to you. So our approach is three-pronged, right? So we want to talk to you about what are your goals. So like for real estate investing, it's like, well, are you wanting fast cash? Are you wanting to build long-term wealth in your business? Are you struggling with marketing, sales? Where are you at? And we do assessments free of charge to come in and see how we can assist you in your business. Now, this is like for small businesses. We can bring in HR. As I said, Kelsey is the social media kind of marketing guru. We both have business sense. And so this video today is about the planning process. So you've have an idea of what you want to do. You've got a financial budget that you're working with, and now it's time to start planning. And so what does that mean? Because planning could be like, I plan to just get up out of bed today and go to my office, or, go upstairs to my computer. So I just want to talk about planning because planning can be overwhelming and we can procrastinate. And without planning, we're going to lose our way and we're not going to be successful in our business. So that's why I wanted to do a video about planning today. So number one, I want to just talk about, why you need to plan. You need to plan so that you know where you're going, what your actions need to be. So without a plan, you'll just be kind of, flying by the seat of your pants, right? So you need to have a plan of where. So for me, in real estate investing, depending on what I'm doing, short-term rentals, long-term rentals, I have to have a plan of how I'm going to find the property. How am I going to fund it? Who's going to manage it? Who's going to do the repairs? In my business world, I need to know who's going to do my social media. What is my social media? Where is my audience? What platform am I going to use? I mean, we could just go on and on, right, about social media. It drives me crazy. And you have to know about it, right? Where are my customers? Who are my customers? So, do you know where your target audience is? And do you even know how to find them, right? So you can spend, when I first got into real estate investing, I just used to just spend a ton of money on mailers, and I would just mail to a neighborhood. Now, I'm not a listing agent, so that really wasn't a very good use of my time or money, because I got a lot of people that called about, I wanted to buy their house. I didn't want to list it, right, for sale, because I was an investor. So you have to have a plan. And then, when you're planning, now maybe you have an idea of how to start a business or what you want to do. Like, what the end result is, right? What step Z is going to be, but you don't know how to do A, B, and C, or what those should even be. What should you focus on? Especially if you have a limited budget, right? You can't just be throwing out there Google ads and Facebook ads when you don't have a plan of who to approach or what to do. So, like one of my goals on social media is just, I don't have a huge following. But since I've implemented some of Kelsey's strategies, I've had more engagement, right? I am getting more followers. It's not happening, I'm not becoming a sensation overnight, but I'm getting more traction because of the quality of what she's doing. So check out my Nancy Wallace Labs Instagram. Give me a follow. And then we also have Ignite the Wealth. So she kind of got that one up and going. So, and you want to highlight the market research that you need to do. Then developing a business plan. A lot of people, no matter what they're in, they kind of skip this step. And having a business plan is so crucial for your business. Number one, you should have some kind of mission statement. Like, what are you doing this for? Why are you in business? What's your overall goal? And then how are you going to achieve that goal? So a business plan doesn't have to be, 10 pages, doesn't have to be 50 pages. It can be very, very simple, one-page business plan, especially for you solo entrepreneurs like me. It doesn't have to be anything just, that would be overwhelming. So if you think of, running your business, that there's steps, one foot in front of the other, then that can give you the confidence to keep going. Because when you're a solo entrepreneur, it's tough. I know, you have those down days, you're not winning awards. Like you'll see people because, no one's nominating you because, to be the best employer because, you just work for yourself. So I nominate all of you. You are the best employer, right? Because you are working for yourself. And the market analysis and strategy, that can be tricky, right? Because especially if you're just starting out, for me, what I'm doing for real estate investing, I know where my sellers are. I didn't know how to use social media. And so that's where Kelsey came in and helped me with a social media strategy for finding sellers. So when I say sellers, I'm talking about distressed sellers, people that I want to buy their house from. I'm incorporating that into my real estate investing business. It's very important to have at least some kind of presence. I haven't done the TikTok yet. I did interview a potential client the other day, and he's a big TikToker, and he saw all these things on TikTok. And I said, well, I'm not even on TikTok. I'm not a TikToker. I'm a YouTuber. I'm a LinkedIn. I'm a Facebook. And, I'm fine because that's where my audience is. So I don't need to be on all of those other platforms, and it can become overwhelming. I'm just now getting into Pinterest. So that seems like that could be a good place for my audience. So you have to do a little market research and analysis. And then the financial planning, there's all kinds of ways. I mean, you can get startup money. You can partner with different people. It just depends on what you're doing. Maybe you're just going to start off with a shoestring budget, and that's okay too. So, but you have to have a plan. You have to have, how are you going to spend your money? Where are your limited resources going to have the most bang for the buck? And sometimes it's hard to know that in the beginning, right? I'm going to kind of go fast over this because I'm not an attorney, but, you want to make sure that you're legal, in compliance. So we actually have someone on our, at our availability that can review documents, for HR, for, you just want to make sure you're in compliance. That's all I'm going to say about that, right? Because that's not my area of expertise. I have hired a lot of people. And I have fired a few. So there are some rules that you need to be aware of, and how your policies may or may impact your employees if you end up growing there. Marketing and branding strategy. So this is something that I personally have struggled with. So I know I can't be the only one out there, because I see it on Facebook. I see it. So what is the right marketing for what you do? Does it fit your personality? So I've gone over the years, I've, done all different colors. I've had different people tell me different things. So finally, when it comes down to what I do, kind of my word and, my knowledge is kind of my marketing and branding now, because I was recently certified to teach through the Texas Association of Realtors to teach classes to other realtors about short-term rentals. So I'm an expert in that field, so to speak, right? I might not have the most, might not have been doing it the longest, but I have done a lot of work and research about short-term rentals. So I was happy to bring that, and it's requested quite a bit. So I have brought that to the table. So I have that knowledge and expertise, if you will. I've helped hundreds of people buy houses. I have, prior to my real estate investing career, I saved nonprofits hundreds of thousands of dollars in the way that we scaled and restructured and did their business plan and brought unity. And it was a call center environment, so you can imagine the turnover. So that kind of leads me right into operations and implementation. So implementation is just the action, right? So you have a business plan, you're laying it out, where you want to go, where you want to be at the, 1 year, 3 year, 5 year mark. I did a video on this a while back about small businesses. They have like the highest default rate, I guess I should say. And a lot of it is from lack of planning, and then implementation. Implementation, again, is just taking that action, identifying what the action is, and then actually doing it. Sometimes you have to outsource, right? Sometimes you have to get help. But if you have a limited budget, then you need to know, well, okay, if I need to hire a virtual assistant, which is what I did in the very beginning, because I couldn't afford to pay somebody, all this other money, but I could hire a virtual assistant that did work. But through trial and error, I finally found, some good people, but trial and error, right? It was a trial and error kind of thing, interviewing them, managing them from a distance and all that kind of thing. So, that helped my business. And then monitoring and evaluating. So I think we all get caught up, especially if we start making money. We're like, yay, raise the roof, I'm making money, which is good. And I commend you, right? But then you don't want to take your eye off of the end goal. So when you make money, what are you doing with it? You're setting aside money for taxes. Are you putting it back into marketing? Are you paying yourself a salary? So what are you doing with the money that you earn? And that goes for real estate investing too. Like if you're flipping houses, what are you doing to protect yourself from paying more taxes, right? Because you will pay taxes. How are you keeping track of your expenses? What kind of software do you have? Maybe you just have, receipts in a shoebox. I did that for a long time. So you want to make sure that you have a system, and you might make fun of me, but the shoebox worked, and it was my system. And I had one shoebox for each year. And I did that for a long, long time. Then I moved into file folders. And then finally, I got with the program, and now I have QuickBooks, and we upload all the receipts and invoices and things like that. And you want to measure, what's working, especially with your marketing dollars. And so this is where kind of Kelsey's helped me, with the social media strategy, because we want to do ad spend. Well, I don't, if any of you have tried ads on Facebook, that could just be like opening up your window and throwing the money away. Am I right? Right. There's so many restrictions that you have to be, especially if you're in the housing space. So what can you do? Where can you get the bang for the buck? And Google Ads, very expensive. Kind of got to know about SEO and got to have a good website and all of those kinds of things. So it all goes into the planning. Now I'm going to back up, because a lot of what I've said could be like, oh my gosh, I don't want to have a business. No. I'm just giving you the big picture. When you start with a business plan with your why, start with your why and then work down. Okay, you might know what your why is. Mine is, having the ability to spend more time with my family, doing what I love, helping people, make money in real estate investing. Kelsey's why is she gave me 2 great little grandbabies, right? So she's she wanted to have the freedom to do what she's really good at without having to be tied down to her 9-to-5 job. So, you do what you do. So that's, can really be your start of your business plan. And then at the end of it is the end goal. You want to retire in 10 years. You want to travel more. You want to bring, whatever value you are promoting to your audience, right? So you want to make sure that you have that. I'm a big proponent of writing things down, so make a list, And the other thing is you want to measure and track your success. So I know this was a lot. So click below. It'll be in the description and in the comments for my roadmap to audit your business. It's just a tool to kind of help you say, yes, I'm on track. No, I'm not. Or, hey, I got it going on. And I hope that's you. So congrats on your journey as an entrepreneur. I wish you all the best. And if I can ever, if you'd just like to schedule a call with me, I'll also link that down below as well. So thanks so much, guys. Last favor, please, hit a like button and hit the subscribe. I would love it if you followed me. It really helps the gal out. Thanks so much. And I look forward to seeing you soon.